A major elimination game in Aggie land is coming up. Believe it or not, the #1 seed in the field, Texas A&M, took a loss earlier today. And to keep its tournament alive, it turns around and faces the Marist Red Foxes, the champions of the NCAA. Here with the program. 2-0 pitch is ripped right to second. Haley R. squeezes it for the first down. Only 90 pitches for Myers, by the way, in those 6 innings earlier today. What else do you expect from them, especially if you lose that first game? 2-2 coming to Woolley. Left side of the diamond. McDonald hesitated. Woolley beats it out. You saw McDonald there. Thought about charging and picking it on the short hop. Instead, stayed.
Their plan. That is something that A&M's going to have to stay locked into.
Perez gets underneath this one. And Peyton Pusey has it for the second out. A game in which straight game. Texas A&M, the visiting club. 0-1, ripped down the line. On the chalk, it's fair. Woolley can fly, by the way. Rogers plays it in. They don't even think about trying to get Woolley at the plate. 1-0 A&M. Season long. Very fitting #1 seed, even despite the result earlier today. Swing, base hit. Barbara gets the wave, and Harper's got extra bases. 2-0 A&M after Barbara and Harper knock in runs very quickly to set the tone.
And Harper, you look at the gauntlet that you have to pass just to get to her in the lineup. But she is lethal. Like you talked, she went 4 for 4 in the opener yesterday. Just absolutely seeing the ball, rushing it.
Yeah. Turned in a super freshman season. 13 home runs. Here's another. Goodbye. No doubter over the scoreboard.
That exit speed was 76 miles an hour. That ball went 275 feet. That cleared a massive scoreboard. It was a no-doubter. I think it's safe to say that Texas A&M, during that game break, they went in there.
Harper knocked Barbara in, and then Dement with her 14th homer of the season. McDonald with a nice backhand. Just too far of a throw to get Enright. So the veteran Allie Enright is now the 4th straight Aggie hitter to reach nation game. What a start, though. Kramer Eshtay, senior in the 8-hole, swings at the first pitch. This should retire the side, and it does. The freshman, what a season it's been.
Lineup, we have 10+ home runs, and 4 of them are in this top 4.
And so Pusey, look at this, drops down the bunt, no play for Barbara. Pusey is one of those home run hitters. It's a leadoff single. In this regional pod, the graduate senior from Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. The 0-2, that's popped up. So this time Levitt jams her, and there's one away. What do you got to see from Levitt today in the circle?
Any count. Timing, disruption. That's going to be the name of the game for both of these offenses.
That's a base hit for Haley R. If you measure it by batting average, she's the best hitter in the country as hit lineup. That one gets away from Barbara. Here comes the runner around third. The flip is wide. And Marist scores. R gets all the way to third base. That is a 2-base wild pitch. And Pusey scores from second.
A great read by Pusey. We saw her beat out that bunt, but she reads this immediately, and she's at third before Barbara even gets to the ball, even halfway. Talk about speed, momentum, earlier as well. She can do it from both sides. She was a pitcher of the year in her conference.
22 homers and a batting average close to 400. And yes, the two-way star is the pitcher of the year. And 5 innings. Now that inning total has gone down the last couple of seasons, but she has still been reliable. Wave and a miss. Beats Rogers that time. There's 2 out.
A huge strikeout. This has been a battle. Rogers has been trying to think an external, try to hit it up the middle.
8th pitch of the at-bat, check swing, and the home plate umpire said she offered. Inning over. So Levitt strikes out a pair to retire the side.
7 times in the first inning. You swing early, you attack. That is what Aggie offense does. That's where they're good. That's a good pitch. Change so much by the time you get to college. This wasn't the right fit for her.
Oh, she's produced here. Got a base hit. Mathis trying to go first to third. The throw in time. They gunned down Mathis at third. I think we're getting the universal replay signal here from the A&M dugout. Trisha Ford pops out. She's talking with Mathis. That's a great throw from Mannery and left.
You can see Mannery.
That was Pusey.
You can see Pusey reading this as she's going to field that ball. She first time through the lineup, second time through the lineup as well, just not able to get that bunt down. That's been the struggle for them.
Payoff is high, and so that's a couple of walks now in this inning for Myers.
Difficult time at the plate, just making great contact, but not getting the results that she's wanting.
This one should drop in, a base hit. Powell scores easily, it's 5-1.
This one out to shallow center, there's a ton of speed. I mean, even this one, as tight in on the hands as it is to Perez, she's able to get her barrel through. Talk about strength. I mean, that was just straight muscle into the outfield.
Payoff pitch with a couple of runners on base. That's in the air, shallow left. Mannery dropped it. She could go to third now. They actually get the force out at third base. So they ultimately do wind up getting the out. It was dubious for a moment.
There again.
Yep. First things first, A&M has got to get out of the elimination game. So that's a walk. Amari Harper is on base for his second time. So you got the bases loaded. Perez is at third, Barber's at second.
For a clean defense, get yourselves out of this big inning.
A very little used Isabella Milazzo coming home, 3-2 rip. Beautiful backhanded stop by Howard. Bottom of the second, 7-8-9 due up for Marist against Emily Levitt. Isabella Mannery gets jammed. Woolley with a quick turn to first. That's one away. Ronnie Howard to bat next.
What a field right there.
Left-handed stud who was bested by Elena Escobar at Liberty earlier today. So that pitch misses inside. Ronnie Howard has a 1-out walk.
Made this comment last half inning that
runner takes second. Howard is now in scoring position.
Tell you what, Marist, they've been
on the ground left side. The runner at second freezes. There's 2 out.
Good job by Woolery just attacking this pitch.
She singled and scored the lone Marist run. Rips that hard. Bounces off of Harper's mitt. Down the line it goes. Howard scores easily. Pusey going to third. A strike to the base. Bounces off of Powell's mitt. Marist gets another one.
This one right here, it's just a slight miscue off of Harper's glove, but as soon as that happens, Marist, they are aggressive base running wise. You saw it with the runner at first.
Underdog here against the top seed Aggies. A payoff. Wave and a miss. The off speed gets McDonald. Inning over. Marist does work after she got the last out in the second. Enright lines it into left. That's down in front of Mannery for a base hit. So Kramer Eshte will hit next. Mathis is expected to hit. That's in the air, falling into shallow right. Long run for the second baseman. R runs it down. Trying to double up the runner at first. They can't get the throw there. What an excellent play. 48 wins, a school record. They rolled into this tournament field. Remember, it won 17 straight before the loss on Friday to Liberty. That's a diving stop by Howard. Ruled a fair ball. Throw across the diamond. Mathis beats it out.
Great job coming in, just getting the ball put in play, allowing her defense to work.
Kennedy Powell lifts this high in the air to center. Pusey with plenty of time. And there's 2 out. So Marist has allowed 4 runs in the first inning and then 1 more in the top.
All evening long. It's been the other side that's been a little tight.
Runners at first and second. The 2-1 pitch is struck in the air. Pusey underneath it. It's a scoreless third, and Marist goes back to work in the home. 48-win season for Marist. Levitt gets R to bounce out. First out in the third. You know, Joe Assanio, he told us this team, always we mentioned before, and now many of them back as veterans. Pleasance, 1 big hop over to Powell, 2 gone. Poughkeepsie, New York, still celebrating. Quickly, the count 0-2 on Sam Rogers, sophomore from Southington, Connecticut. Bounces it right side, knocked down by Harper. So that is the first 1-2-3 inning of the plate for Texas A&M, facing Isabella Milazzo, who tossed a scoreless third. This one is drilled. Perez gets a hold of it. That's gone. Maya Perez extends the lead, her 15th of the year.
The bubbles are flying. 245 feet. Maya Perez, this one has been a long time coming. We've seen her make solid contact, just a little too underneath it. Not this one. Goodbye ball over the middle of the plate. Whenever Maya Perez is able to get that barrel in that right location as that front foot comes down, and then also get the offense.
Barbara, by the way, blasts one out to left center. Goodbye. The Aggies go back-to-back. 7-2 the advantage. Aggie
fans, they're up on their feet. Her barrel, that backhand, the way it's able to not just get to contact, but that back wrist is so strong. Just
the bubbles, quite the artistic backdrop there. They got the bubble guns and the bubble machines. They launch them every time Texas A&M scores a run. And so that is 3 straight hits. You just heard Tricia Ford tell us a few moments ago.
You throw those slow pitches, that is the key. That's the disruption.
In the dirt, runner from first taken off. Harper gets there, safe.
When they've been on a roll, 3 back-to-back hits.
Oh, this one is lifted out to deep right center, off the base of the wall. Dement's got extra bases. Here comes the throw. Relay to the plate is late. Harper scores.
The team has been hitting record after record.
Enright drills it. This one is going halfway up the fence. And that's a double for Enright. Dement moves to third. That one was hit so hard, Dement had to freeze. Side of things. Swing, there's a drive, hammered out to center. Pusey makes the catch. Runners tag, advance, and Dement scores 9-2. Deterred, knowing that they've got to play, not just play in, but win this elimination game. And if it wants to break back through to the Super Regionals, it'll have to win 2 games, doubleheader style. Becoming very significant. Powell blasts it down the line. That's caught. Enright tags and scores easily. And now Texas A&M has built an 8-run lead.
They want to get back to the Women's College World Series.
Woolley is now aboard after the walk. So 9 hitters have officially come to the plate. Perez is going to be at this point right now. They've got 6 outs to work with because that run rule is in effect officially. And so they just got to get some runs in order to stave off the runs in and hits Barbara, and a run comes in. It's a 5-run top.
That is their sole focus, this catcher's mitt.
1-0 is drilled. There it goes, deep into the night. Gone! It's a grand slam for Amari Harper.
Weekend, Amari Harper. This grand slam was a no-doubter. I mean, you knew off the bat this one was gone. The crack of it, sometimes some swings you just know, just by sound alone. A grand slam from Amari Harper. You could.
So Allie Enright will be up for the 2nd time this inning. So three really competitive innings.
Biggest difference to me between Texas A&M, the first half of this game and the second half, their aggression at the plate.
Enright gets popped up, inning over. It's a 10-run top of the 4th. Game after 3. But now a very lopsided score. There's a rip deep down the line. It's extra bases perhaps for Kunze. Throw goes to second. That's a leadoff double. So Kunze gets a hold of one there and tags it out to deep left.
Part with pitchers. It's all mental.
2-2 right back to Sparks, and she goes to second. You wonder if that's just a bit of a mental mistake that time. Had the clear out at first. Come in here, right?
There's strategy behind that one.
3-1 offering. Slow roller over to Powell. Over to first for 1 out. So we'll get back to some of that. But they are just running into the force that is Texas A&M. 3-2 is ripped. That's fair. Red Foxes are going to get a couple of runs here. Throw goes to second. It's a bullet, but it's late. Marissa Scarano. It's a pinch hit. 2-run double.
A little bit of celebration there. But this one elevated over the heart of the plate. Grace Sparks leaves this one too much. And with these hitters at Marist, they are too good. Give them any piece of the plate. And I love this from them. The fight from them. The ability to not give up. Continue to push the button.
Sparks hasn't really given her anything to go after. That's a 4-pitch walk.
Tail end of your season, you're going in the biggest battles.
Inning over in the 4th. Texas A&M 3 outs away from the regional final tomorrow.
I was always caught off guard. That's what you want right there. That's what you want.
They're savvy. They're savvy these days. Yes, that's a base hit back up the box. That 8-5 loss through 120 pitches. Nice scoop by Howard. She just continues to demonstrate how strong of a fielder she is over at third base. So Ronnie Howard in what is potentially her last game.
But all that being said, you have to win game 1 first.
Yep.
So there is strategy, but the first one, that's do or die.
It would be surprising. That's another walk for Powell. She's aboard. You can't. Nicole, they don't have to get them all back, but they do need at least 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to keep the game going. Bases are now full after the Perez walk. And depending on what happens next, that number might. Barbara into right, base hit. 1 run scores. Throw to the plate is cut off. That's a 2-run single for Barbara. Nicole, she is knocked in now. Here in Bryan College Station. It is 3 outs away from advancing to the regional final. Boy, look at this blast deep out to center. Catch is made. No, it's dropped. Our second base umpire, by the way, has got his hand up signaling that that one is a catch. And then perhaps just dropped on the transfer. Massive final score that has just gone final in this NCAA tournament. We'll tell you about it.
Ever been.
Maddie Pleasance, the senior, is this her last game? She grounds out against the new pitcher Sydney Lessentine. 1 away in this bottom of the 5th inning. The Aggies scored 10 in this regional. That's a 1-out walk. They finally get the job done. That 8-0 run rule victory over St. Francis. You know, they're having some fun here. I think they knew move on, exhaust their eligibility. A lot of players like Sienna Kunze, who's turned in that terrific rookie season, you would think will return here to try to keep the legacy rolling.
One day you wake up and it's your last, but you feel good knowing you put everything that you had into it.
0-2. That's fouled up in the air. The catcher's got it. Ball game over. Texas A&M is headed to the regional final after all. Marist's record-setting season comes to a close. The Aggies will look for vengeance tomorrow. It's Liberty, Texas A&M, regional final. All Liberty has to do is win 1 time. A&M has got to beat them twice to get to the Supers.
If anybody can do it, it is the #1 seeded team in the country. They live to fight on another day. This is what they fought for. This is what they thought about in that dugout. But